So I have already explained it to you. Common mistake. We forgot the second argument here, and it gives you an error, list index out of range. To avoid this, it's a good practice to check, of course, every time. So this is the same thing again here. So usage Python here in this example, we are exactly checking for the 3 if the number of arguments is exactly 3. So again, we have demonstrated that it could be possible that we pass more arguments, but according to the program logic, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't create any error. Okay, so we have already discussed this, and it worked fine. Some additional information. So note that command line arguments are of string type always. So whatever we type, so you might have already experienced that. So whenever you take an input from a user using the input function, the value that you are taking input is always of the string type. If you have to convert or if you have to perform any arithmetic operations on it, you have to first convert the type into either integer or float. Okay, so same is the case here. If you are passing an argument like Python, file name, and let's say 12, 13, they are the string types arguments. So in order to perform arithmetic operations on those arguments, you have to first convert them into either integer or floating point value. Okay. So if an argument requires a space, for example, full name of a person, it should be enclosed in quotes. So if I were to write this program.py Hasanbek, these two arguments will be considered as two separate elements in a list. Okay, if I have to consider this as a single argument or as a single element in the list, I have to enclose it in quotes. Okay, so you could have a long sentence. When you enclose it in a quote, it would be considered as one element of the list. Okay. All right, so let's do this knowledge check. What will be the output of the following program? Sorry. So we are passing this value. So Python 3, again Python running Python, add.py is the name of the file, and then we are passing 10 and 13. So what we are doing here is we are printing the value, says argv1. The argv1 would correspond to 10, and argv2 corresponds to 13. Yes.
So the answer is 23.
I just explained. I just give you an information about an additional information about when the input is taken, what type it is. Salah? Yeah, it would be 10, 13 because the input, whatever we are taking as an input, it is of a string type. And when we perform an addition operation on a string, it just concatenates two strings. So it would be 10 and 13. Both are concatenated. Another example. So you got to concentrate what is being asked to you. Since you have already done that, so it should not be a problem here. And this one, the first line would print 1013 and the second one would print 23 because we are converting the input type into an integer. So once it is converted into integer, 10, it is now an arithmetic value 10, and same is the case with 13. So 10 plus 13 would be 23. So when you see such kind of thing in your exam, concentrate on whether the value is being converted into an integer type or not, or float or whatever. If it is not, then you have to just concatenate the two input strings. Okay? Any question here? What about this one? For the following program, what will be the contents of sys argv0, argv2, and argv4? So what will be the value of 0? Program.py. What is the value of second? 10, 10 exactly. And what is the value of the fourth argument? 2022, because this 10, 10 is considered as the second argument. The first one is this, 0th is this, first one is this, second is this, third, and then fourth. Okay.